and we're back with another episode of Final Fantasy. So today we're going to go into the Striking Tree. I can't really remember playing this dungeon, so I know I'm going to be proper bad at this. And probably die. But anyway, let's still go into this dungeon. Well, Primal Battle. Here we go. Ten-minute wait time. I'll reconvene when we are into the dungeon. Well, at Primal Battle. And we're gonna die. I am going to skip the cutscene. Oh no, we don't have to. The Striking Tree! Oh crap. There's a lot going on. And I didn't really sort out my hotbar. Oh, someone's already died. Oh crap. Well, I'm stunned. Yep. Come on. Well, I physically can't move right now. Oh, there we go. Oh! He didn't die, that's good. We're getting him down. Haven't died yet, which is always a good thing. Using now limit break. And I'm stunned. Yes. It's not a long battle, but I knew it was a hard one. Not hard if you knew what you're doing, but give it to a tank. And let's go.
I have taken thy measure, bringer of light. And I judge thee a worthy champion. The task of excising the sin that hath taken root in man's heart is thine. Shrink not from employing thy strength in service to the forest and the wider realm beyond. Like hungering shadows do the enemies of harmony gather, and meekness will but feed them. If man is to be delivered from the dark, it shall be by thy guiding light alone. Stray not from the path, for if thou dost, thy people shall be truly lost.
Thou hast slain the Lord of Levin. A regrettable act, but a necessary one. In witnessing thy struggle, the truth hath been revealed unto me. If I mistake not, it may yet prove a chink in the eternal armor of the Ascians. But let us conclude our present business. I shall expound upon my findings at the Rising Stones anon.
Okay, let's go back to Little Solace. Here we are. Well, let's read it. He challenged you to the test of arms. It is well, then, that you have some experience in such matters. The people of both Gridania and Little Solace will be relieved to hear that the Lord Eleven has accepted you as the forest champion of peace. You have performed a monumental duty this day, Private Hafning. The Elder Caesar must be informed of your deeds at once. What little gods are made of. The Serpent Lieutenant is ready to send you on your way. The Elder Caesar will wish to hear of your experiences firsthand. Pray return to Gridania and make directly for Lotus Stand. The conjurer at the Nilfgaard's altar will be expecting you. Fare you well, Private Hafning. Okay, let's go back to Gridania. Welcome back, honored Scion. We who knew of your mission have been most anxious to see you return. The Elder Caesar will wait you within.
You are returned to us, dear friend, and none the worse for bearing the heavy burden which I did press upon you. Most glad am I of this. I am informed that your efforts to negotiate a peace with Lord Ramuh ended in conflict. Pray tell me, what befell? Ramuh made trial of you? I fear there is truth to his claim. It is the darkness within us that attracts the darkness without. It cannot be denied that misfortune follows man. For evidence, one need only look to the conflict brewing in Carteneau, or to the rising flood of refugees. Our shared struggle against the Empire should have served to seal our union. Yet the ties which bind the Alliance strain under the weight of gross self-interest. As the scars of the calamity begin to fade, so too does our sense of common purpose. Yet now is scarce the time to forget our shared responsibility. If this new-sprung realm is to survive beyond its infancy, it must needs be nurtured by all. Eorzea must be as one, yet I fear that dream is still far off. On behalf of the people of Gridania, and the elementals both, I thank you for all that you and your fellow scions have done. Full oft have I been compelled to look to you for aid of late, and offered all too little in return. As leader of this nation, I shall endeavor to prove a more worthy ally to your cause henceforth. Lord Ramuh has departed, yet the keening of this ill wind grows no less insistent. Voices of the forest, pray speak and I shall listen. What unseen evil begets this unease in my heart?
Okay. Talk to Papalymo. That ends another daunting mission, eh, Violet? I hope that Lord Ramuh could be persuaded with words alone, but nonetheless I can only admire the adroitness with which you responded to the Primal's sudden challenge. And it seems that Urianger too was pleased with the outcome. What say you, Violet? Shall we gather back at the Rising Stones and ponder the lessons of the day? Okay, let's go back to the Rising Stones. Nymphelia? Welcome back, Violet. Word of your momentous encounter with Lord Ramuh precedes you. I would fain share news of my own, but Urianger discoveries must take precedence. Upon witnessing your defeat of Lord Levin, our learned companion has struck with the profound insight regarding the nature of the Askians' immortality. Let us reassemble and discuss his observation together.
If everyone is ready, let us begin. Urianger, the floor is yours.
As all here assembled now know, in its final hours as our Order's headquarters, the Waking Sands did play host to a most unexpected visitor. I speak of the Ascian clad in white, Elidibus. Unwelcome though his presence was, his words that day did serve to confirm a truth long suspected, that the Ascians are eternal beings, to whom physical destruction is as a temporary inconvenience.
In the intervening time, Urianger and I have striven to discover a means by which the Ascians might more permanently be slain.
And 'tis my belief that we have found the thread that will allow us to unravel the twisted skein of their existence. In the moments prior to Leviathan's most recent manifestation, the Sahagin elder who summoned him was observed to undergo some manner of ascension. The etheric readings taken by Y'shtola at the time of this transfiguration have proven most enlightening.
The disruption to the flow of ether was sudden and dramatic. So tangible was the agitation, I scarce had need of my goggles.
The significance of Y'shtola's readings might better be understood in the context of mine own, taken at the instant of the Lord of Levin's demise. Unlike the Primal, the Sahagin was not subject to etheric dissipation.
Before discussing our new discoveries, it may benefit us all to recall what we know of etheric behavior. Let us begin at what some might call the end. When we who dwell in the material realm die, our spirits dissolve into the flow of ether and are returned to the ethereal realm. In turn, the restless energy which suffuses that plane streams back into our world, giving rise to new life.
'Tis as the heavens did decree, the way of all mortal souls. Twixt this world and the next do the ethereal currents swirl, bearing the very essence of life. Thus doth the cycle of birth, death, and rebirth continue unabated.
Primals behave somewhat differently. In order to manifest and then maintain a physical presence in this realm, they must consume vast quantities of ether most often in the form of crystals. Though they may seem to live, their flesh is but ether given shape. Thus, a defeated primal leaves behind no broken corpse. Rather, the essence of its form seeps back into the land whence it came, and the energy of its shattered spirit is called back to the ethereal realm.
And there it waiteth, till next the prayers of the faithful do draw it forth from the sea of ether, to take their offering of crystals and make for itself a new body.
Which brings us on to the third group, the so-called immortals. They exist in a manner all their own.
Quite. Even as the Sahagin Elder fell to the Admiral's musket shot, I witnessed the release of an ethereal cloud, which immediately took possession of a nearby minion.
A soul that dissipateth not upon the death of the flesh.
The secret of life everlasting, and in the claws of a Sahagin no less. But I wonder, what would happen to one of these obstinate spirits should there be no suitable host for it to claim?
If mortal death entails a return to the ethereal realm, it seems doubtful that the soul of an immortal would venture there.
Nay, it merely withdraweth the distance, unto the shore of the ethereal sea, perchance, but no further.
Yes, it exists in neither this realm nor the next, abiding instead in the space that lies between them. The Ascians took control of Thancred by means of a Crystal of Darkness, an artifact which, if our theories are correct, serves as a gateway to the place I have just described.
I was hoping people had forgotten about that.
I am sorry, my friend.
For a mercy, the weary road of our research hath brought us unto an answer.
The Sahagin ascended to an immortal state, but he did not possess a Crystal of Darkness through which to flee this realm. Thus was he consumed by Leviathan. If we could entrap the spirits of defeated Ascians in like manner, and thereby deny them resurrection...
Therein lieth the path to victory. Thou art most perceptive, my lady. Only when we have trapped the bodiless soul within an ethereal prison can we hope to defeat its unnatural constancy. Thus might even an eternal paragon be consigned to oblivion.
These feats are, of course, far easier said than done. At present, we lack a viable means to entrap and extinguish an Ascian soul. Yet, I believe it to be possible. The pieces of the puzzle lie before us. We have but to put them together.
I will depart at once to convene with the sages of Sharlayan. Together shall we divine the steps by which our goals may be achieved.
I have the utmost faith in you, Archon.
Beg pardon, antecedent, but I would raise one final matter. Even now, a Sharlayan survey party seeketh to ascertain the fate of the students of Baldesion. Their findings shall soon be known to us. Though you harbor feelings of dread, I bid you surrender not to sorrow, but abide instead in hopeful prayer.
I shall, Archon. Thank you.
Okay. Oh. The Lord of the Living has returned to the Ether. Remu's requiescence was most intriguing. Inferno, Vortex, Crag, Whirl, and Levin all have now been humbled by the Bringer of Light. The limitless potential of man, Hydaelyn's servant, grows mightier by the day. Yet she prospers at great cost to her mistress. Those whose strength is all too infinite. 7 times have the masses survived the rejoining, but their souls are grown weak and wan. Yet, even as it innovates, the Order empowers our master. All that remains is to nurture the strength of the gifted, to forge the final key. And that is the task into which we bend our every effort. Divine seeds wherever won't be quickened in Aurora's fertile soil. We need only lead men to the field, and by their eager hands shall a new dainty arise. That which has shattered shall be made anew, and the one true God shall come again. Okay, let's talk to Minfilia. Guardian of Eorzea. Minfilia has some correspondence she wishes to share with you. Now that the matter of Ramuh has, for the present, been put to rest, there is something I would show you, Violet. It is a letter of thanks signed by the leaders of the Eorzean Alliance, acknowledging the Scion's tireless service to the realm. It mentions, in particular, the names of all the defeated primals: Ifrit, Titan, Garuda, Guking Mok, the 12th, Leviathan, and now Ramuh. Needless to say, there is only one among our number to have faced them all. And though these words of gratitude were addressed to our order as a whole, I feel that they were meant for you above all others. I too must offer my heartfelt thanks for all that you have done in the course of your duties. You have never once failed to answer my call to arms. You are a true hero, Violet, and Eorzea is much the safer for your presence. Pray do not misunderstand me. I said safer, not safe. I knew only too well that we can ill afford to lower our guard. The Assassins may be relied upon to sow chaos in the realm until such time as they are forced to stop. Why, even without their encouragement, you may be assured that men would foment strife on its own, and that is to say nothing of the beast tribes. Unless we learn to live in harmony, the primals too will return to plague us again and again and again. And yet, despite all of this, your deeds serve to inspire the people, to give them hope for the better tomorrow, and there is no greater gift. That we have the courage to strive for what might otherwise seem an impossible peace, we owe in no small part to the dangers you have faced on our path, and the people you have won over to our cause in so doing. Our list of enemies have ever been long, but think of the allies within whom we are now blessed. Of the sylphs of Little Solace, who wished not of conflict. Of the Alamegans and the Domans who stand with us, determined to halt the dread march of the Empire. And then there are the many unsung individuals who have gathered here in the Reverence Hall. Honest men and women who seek to employ their skills for the good of all. Of course, when speaking of our greatest allies, we must not forget these closest to us, by which I mean our fellow Scions. Thanks to their many varied talents, our order is vaguely equipped to combat the far-reaching corruption of the Ascians, and combat it we shall. Your enthusiasm is truly heartwarming and sentient. Given our embarrassing wealth of allies, I trust it will not inconvenience you unduly if I absent myself for a time. Alfred, I take it the troubles in Ul'dah no longer require your attention? There are yet some rumblings of discontent, but the air of simmering violence is largely dissipated. 'Tis to report such that I stand here before you now, and to speak with you concerning the new organization we discussed. I have a message for you from Elle. If you could recall the refugee girl, the one whose parents were missing, they were found unharmed. She wished me to pass on her thanks to you. Why, Alpha, I am to understand that you made the effort to remember the poor girl's name. I look forward to reading all about her in your report. I do hope you left nothing out. Valid. You have been away from Ravenstorf for some time now. I believe, might I suggest that you put your affairs of the realm to one side for the moment, and take the opportunity to reacquaint yourself with the town? Which reminds me, one of the Daemon children recently inquired as to your whereabouts. Yusin was his name. I believe he was some small matter he wishes to share with you. Why not oblige him with a visit?